Have you ever had that feeling deep down that there's a bigger, stronger version of yourself just waiting to be unleashed? Someone with more focus, more power, more impact? Well, today, we're going way beyond simple self-improvement. We are diving deep into the complete guide for transformation. This is the blueprint for forging yourself into the hero of your own story. So let's get started.
Just take a look at this. This right here. This is where it all begins. It's that moment, that line between who you are right now and who you know you could be. You know, the heroes we look up to, they weren't just born that way. No way. They were forged. They all started out as novices, full of self-doubt, staring down something that seemed totally impossible. But their secret? It was simple. They just accepted that uncertainty, and they took that first step anyway. And in this explainer, we're going to walk that path together. Your story? It starts right now.
So before a single punch gets thrown, before a single weight is even lifted, the real battle, the real work, it begins right up here, in your mind. This is stage one, forging the mental foundation that everything else, and I mean everything, is built on. Because without this, the rest of it, it's all just going to crumble.
The absolute cornerstone of this whole thing comes down to one word: discipline. And let's get something straight. This is not about punishment or being harsh on yourself. Think of discipline as the engine that's going to power your climb. It's you making the choice to do what needs to be done, especially on those days when you feel zero motivation. It's what builds momentum. And you can start small, like really small. Think about the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, just do it, right now. That simple act, repeated over and over, is what builds an unshakable foundation for literally everything you want to achieve.
Okay, now this is a huge one. We are all taught to be terrified of failure, right? To see it as the end of the road. But a hero sees it completely differently. See, for them, failure isn't a final judgment. It's just data. It's a crucial lesson that you could never ever learn from success alone. Every stumble, every single mistake is just a course correction on your way to mastery. It's not a step back, it's a step forward on a slightly different path. The heroic mindset doesn't just put up with failure, it practically hunts for it, because it knows that every obstacle is really just an opportunity in disguise.
And finally, for this section, look, every journey has to have a destination. You need a vision. And I'm not talking about some vague goal like, oh, I want to get better. No, I mean a crystal clear, high-definition picture of the person you are actively becoming. Seriously, take some time, write it down, make a vision board, whatever works. What does this future version of you do every single day? How do they handle challenges? This vision becomes your North Star. Because, trust me, when the days get tough and your motivation is gone, and it will be, this vision is what's going to pull you through. All right, so with our mindset locked in, it's time to build the actual vessel that's going to carry us on this journey. A true hero's foundation stands on 2 pillars that you absolutely cannot separate: the physical and the mental. Let's break down how to build them both.
And this captures that core idea perfectly. You can't just pick one. A powerful body with a scattered, unfocused mind, that's just a blunt instrument. And a brilliant mind trapped in a weak body, it doesn't have the engine to actually put its plans into action. The greatest legends understood this. They knew the mind and body worked together. They mastered both, and that created a synergy that made them practically unstoppable.
So let's talk about the physical side. We can break it down into 3 key areas. First up, strength training. And this isn't just about getting huge muscles. It's about building raw, functional power to handle whatever the world throws at you. Next, we've got endurance. This is your gas tank. This is what lets you keep going, to stay sharp and sustain your effort long after everyone else has already given up. And finally, agility. This is all about control, balance, and moving with purpose and efficiency, no matter the situation. You put all 3 of these together, and you create a truly powerful physical machine.
And this quote brings us to the golden rule of all training. It's so important. As the legend Bruce Lee said, he doesn't fear the person who's practiced 10,000 different kicks one time. He fears the one who has practiced a single kick 10,000 times. This just nails the entire concept of mastery. It isn't about one crazy, intense workout that leaves you exhausted for a week. It's about showing up, day after day, and just perfecting the fundamentals. Real, lasting strength is built by habit, not by chance.
Now for that second pillar, the mind. First, focus. I mean, we live in a world that is literally designed to distract you, so the ability to truly concentrate, that's a modern-day superpower. You have to train it like a muscle. Second, strategic thinking. This is the chess player mindset. Don't just react to what's right in front of your face. You got to learn to see the whole board,
to anticipate what's coming 3 or 4 moves down the line. And third, and maybe the toughest, emotional control. When the pressure's on, fear and anger, they're just going to cloud your judgment. A true master isn't someone who feels nothing. They're someone who can act clearly and decisively in spite of what they're feeling. I mean, just think about a character like Sherlock Holmes. He's the perfect example of someone whose greatest weapon was his mind. He solved impossible cases, not with his fists, but with just supreme mental agility. His deduction, his crazy observation skills, his mind palace, none of that was magic. It was the result of intense mental training and a total commitment to sharpening his greatest asset. That's the level of mental firepower we're aiming for.
Okay, so foundation is set. Your body is getting strong, your mind is getting sharp. The next stage is all about picking up specialized skills. But, and this is the important part, it's about learning how to combine them to get this incredible exponential boost in your effectiveness. This brings us to a really key idea: combat intelligence. Now, this isn't just about memorizing a bunch of cool-looking moves. Anybody can do that. This is about understanding the why behind the technique, the principles of leverage, timing, and positioning. See, a person who just knows one specific move can be beaten, but a person who understands the principle of leverage, they can create a technique from any position. They can adapt, they can improvise, and that makes you infinitely more dangerous.
And that leads right into the concept of synergy. So an individual skill, let's say it's public speaking, is powerful on its own. But what happens when you combine that with deep expertise in, say, finance, or you combine a skill like coding with a talent for design? You don't just add their powers together, you multiply them. You create something new, a capability that is way, way greater than the sum of its parts. That is the essence of true mastery.
All right, now we get to the really fun part. You've built your foundation, you're picking up skills, so how do you track your progress? How do you actually get better? Let's frame it in a way that makes perfect sense. It is time to level up.
This roadmap shows you exactly how it works. Everybody, and I mean everybody, starts as a novice. You're just learning the basics, focusing on getting the form right. With enough practice, you become an adept. This is where things start to feel natural. You don't have to think so hard about the mechanics anymore. Next up is the master. Here, execution is just instinctive. You don't think, you just do, and you can even innovate. And finally, the ultimate goal, legend. This is where you push past the known limits of your craft, and your own journey becomes a blueprint that inspires others to start theirs.
And this right here, this is what it feels like to level up. It is a moment of pure transformation. It's like you're unlocking abilities you didn't even know you had. Each new stage of mastery literally gives you access to a whole new set of challenges and capabilities that would have seemed completely impossible to your old self. This is the payoff for all that discipline, all that training. It's the moment your potential finally becomes your reality.
So, we've gone through mindset, foundation, skills, and leveling up. But here's the thing. The journey doesn't just stop once you've become a master. The final, and honestly the most important stage, is all about your impact on the world around you. It's about your legacy. You can really boil the whole journey down to this powerful 3-step mantra. First, you train. You commit yourself to being a student for life. Second, you transform. Use all that training to evolve, to smash through your old limits. And third, you transcend. You move beyond your own success to help lift others up. It's a beautiful cycle of growth that just keeps rippling outward. Train, transform, transcend. That's the hero's path. And this right here, this is the ultimate truth of what it means to be a hero. I mean, think about it. A hero who just hoards all their power and knowledge for themselves, they're just a powerful person. But a true legend? They're a force multiplier. Their greatest achievement isn't what they themselves can do, but what they inspire other people to do. True, lasting heroism is about elevating everyone around you. Just look at the feeling here. This is what it's all for. It's not about standing on top of the mountain all by yourself. In the end, your legacy won't be about the battles you won or the skills you perfected. It's going to be about the lives you touched, the people you lifted up, and the positive mark you left on the world. That is the true measure of a hero.
So the map has been laid out for you. The path is clear, and all the tools you need are right in your hands. The only thing left now is the question on the screen. The choice to take that first step. It's yours, and it can start right now. What will your legacy be?